who is keeping things a little bit superficial or surface level. When you get the insight that you're dealing with somebody that has a bunch of red flags, I feel like you're just kind of like, I don't, what are you talking about? I don't know. I like the attention, so I'm going to keep dealing with them. Ignoring warnings and tolerating drama that I don't feel like you really need to be tolerating. Now, for some of you, this could be a close friend or someone, that you're dealing with. But I think for the majority of you, if this reading resonates, it's saying you got to be a little bit more selective. We also have scrolling instead of healing. And a bunch of this is referencing, not really picking up on the details that are in front of you, ignoring the messages that are trying to get you to like move on and pick a different spot. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Nat Nat. How we doing? Hello, Frederick. I hope you're having a good one. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime. Ooh, or a lot. A little bit of wind chime time. I guess it's loud because I really want to make sure that you stop chasing these red flags. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. We did just have our members only live stream today. You can also, in the description box, find out where my Etsy page is if you're interested in a homemade soy candle. They smell delicious. All right, let's dive in. I think we're gonna start with the stained glass tarot because I miss it and it's pretty. Just like you are. How we doing, James? Why not? I hope you're having a good one. All right, what else do we have about these red flags, please? Three of Cups in the reverse. 10 of Swords in the reverse. Yep, unhealed people. Preventing a recovery for you. So distractions that should be like shown the exit and no longer given the time of day, but apparently you are like collecting these people, places, or things, or avoiding some work that needs to be done. Again, if you are focusing on the right things, maybe this reading is coming through for someone that you are connected to as opposed to you. But this has been pretty direct that we have somebody that needs to refocus. Let the toxic people keep moving and make sure that you are dealing with the things that you need to deal with. I don't know, I feel like it's still a little bit dark. So I'm going to light another candle. Maybe not that one. Maybe this one? Okay, take forever. Thank you. All right, we're back. Hello, Cyber Johnny. How are you doing? You knew it was for you. Hello, Matt. Welcome back. What else do we have? Two of Swords in the reverse and Justice with the Nine of Cups. So this warning is coming through because there is an important decision facing you now or in the very near future. And your spirit guides / the universe are like, I know you've been having some fun, or you've been like, looking the other way. It's been fine, whatever, a little bit of a delay. But I'm going to need you to get serious with it. I'm going to need you to be a little bit more responsible and acknowledge that the person you've been hanging out with, nope, not what you want. So this is encouraging you to be a little bit more realistic or Identify what are the important attributes of people that you want in your life, because somebody here is getting a pass, and I don't know if it's because they're just really hot or maybe they're really funny, but you're over here like letting this person hang out when you know that long term it's not going to work out. So why would you do that to yourself? If it's not going to work long term, then it's not going to work. Scrabble is one of my favorite games. And I'll tell you right now, if you play me, I'm probably going to win. I've been playing Scrabble since probably since I was 8 or 9. And my uncle, rest in peace, might have been the type to keep the dictionary right next to him. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? I was about to call you the Shawning of the Dead. But I don't know if I can get away with that. This is your last name in there, right? That would be an issue, Matt. You're correct. You're right about that. Hello, Vasuki. How are you doing? I'm glad to hear that, Sean. So we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse and Death. Now I'm hearing Ozzy, changes. You're going through changes, homie. It's time to let go of the past. And apparently one of the things that you're kind of hanging on to or holding on to are some bad habits in love. So Bad at Love is the title, right? It's a shout out to Halsey's song. But also I think is a very clean summation of what we got going on here. Somebody who's just looking at the surface level or maybe literally scrolling through a dating app, and the universe is pleading with you to get serious. That's not gonna work, or that person's not serious. You're going through changes, you got new things coming up, so don't get distracted by somebody that is not going to be able to stick around long term, right? Hello, my music. That's pretty clever. I'm glad to hear it, Sean. I'm doing well. I had to get a little bit of Dr. Pepper to make it through another reading because this is generally my bedtime. Okay, it's a little bit early, but you know. What's up, homie? I hope you're having a good one. Hello, Stephanie. How we doing? So we've got the Seven of Pentacles with the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Moon. So some people like to play games with you. I do feel like there are people who underestimate you and think that they can play in your face and you're going to be like, "Ooh, okay." Nope. The universe is asking you to please dispense with the shenanigans. You have leveled up or you're in the process of leveling up. And it's it comes with a bigger sword. You've been promoted. Here's your bigger sword. And the universe is could you use the sword? You're just sticking with the boomerang. That's not quite as effective. You have a sharper insight than before. You have greater discernment. But it's you set it aside a little bit because somebody's attractive or somebody's funny or somebody's there. The universe is saying, no, 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 no. That's not going to work. You are able to see when people are operating in the shadows or not being honest with you about their intentions. So don't let them get away with it or excuse yourself from that table when you realize that somebody is trying to manipulate you. Hello, Goldman. How are you doing? Oh, did I miss Lemonade? What's up, Lemonade? How we doing? Drive safely. Thank you, Matt. So we've got Woman of Music, which would be the Queen of Wands. Loud and more loud, the living music floats upon the air. Okay. All right. We could take that. So you have some attractive qualities about you, my friend. There are things about you that bring all the boys to the yard. It may or may not be a milkshake, but there are things that draw people to you. And as you work on yourself, as you go through these changes, as you mature and feel better about who you are inherently, you will draw people in because that natural confidence is a drug. And the thing about that is, some people will look at that and be like, oh, goody, look at all the people who want to do me. So how many of there? Is it 87 of you? That's great. Just sign in right here and I'll let you know when your scheduled time is. No, 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 no. Just because there are people who are interested, just because there are people who feel like you're really funny or they would like to have no pants on with you, doesn't mean that they actually get to have that opportunity. So it could be that you are going to the wrong watering hole. It could be that you are going to, the wrong dating apps. But it's important to make some changes because I do feel like you're bringing in the wrong folks or you're giving chances to people that you already know probably shouldn't. It was supposed to rain all day here, Stephanie, and then it didn't, which makes me sad because I would have gone to the pool if I had known that. That the last time out is the length of the timeout that stays. It doesn't stack. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, Vasukri, you've been timed out by 3 different mods. Move along. We're done. Some people are apparently changing, but you, my friend, have declined to do so. So move along. I'm going to trust you on that one. I don't know if I could really claim to be an expert on that, but it's probably a good time to go back and listen. And what else do we have? The 10 of Science or the 10 of Wands coming out in the reverse. Defeat in the reverse. This is quite the picture. What is this? The William Blake Tarot? We got lots of nudity on these cards, so I have to watch it. But we got somebody who got out of a tricky situation, and that somebody is you, my friend. That's part of why we have this death card, right? When you go through a difficult change in your life, it inspires, or it should inspire, like some self-monitoring. What is it that I did that maybe I could do differently going forward? Or what can I learn from this situation? So that defeat card coming through in the reverse, this is like saying, yeah, you've been through some tough times, but you ain't dead. You still moving. You still got plenty of life ahead of you. So let's not let anybody, I don't know, think that you're down and out or down for the count. It's not given prematurely. I thought it was. What else do we have? Four of Poetry, which I believe is the Four of Pentacles. Harmony. Love and harmony combine, and around our souls entwine. while thy branches mix with mine and our roots together join. Sounds like some fancy words talking about getting it on. Am I wrong? Am I reading that wrong? Makes me think of Stabbing Westward. Most of you are going to be like, what? That's an old band. I don't think they've done much recently, although to be fair, I have this habit of listening to songs from like a decade ago and then not realizing that there's a new album. I think the song is called Waking Up Beside You. So if you're looking for a new song or a new band to listen to, you might have hit some jackpot there. But Waking Up Beside You, it talks about this love between two people, but it feels kind of hollow. Admiration, but maybe acknowledging that there's not a lot of future there. So physical attraction is not enough. And you know this. I know you know this. But there needs to be some like more rigid rules or a little bit more discernment deployed when you're making your choices, because I feel like people get to go on that first date or they get to have that second date when maybe they didn't really earn it, when you maybe already figured out that that's not a really good connection. Six of Chalices, which is the Six of Cups, and the Strength card in the reverse, giving in to temptation. Now, the temptation could just be, I would like to have some companionship. I would like to go to dinner with somebody, or I want to go to this show with somebody. Anybody. And for others of you, this could be more about the physical intimacy. But this is saying, you know that there have been plenty of changes you've already made. But in particular, with regards to the love life, there are some changes that might be recommended because you give people chances that don't deserve them. Or you allow people to stay in your life longer than you should. Oh, look at you burning bright. Hello, Grant. How are you doing? Oh, that's so cool, Rachel. Hello, Urban Walker. What's up? We've got 9 of Chalices, or the 9 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands. Okay. The thing is, there are multiple people who would view you as like their dream partner, or they would feel extremely accomplished if they were able to get to, like date number 4 with you. That doesn't mean that they should get that. I'm not trying to, I guess I'm simultaneously building you up and telling you to stop being silly. There are people who find you attractive because of your authentic energy, but you also need to be a little bit more real with yourself, because when you realize that somebody isn't really a good fit for you, maybe you're a little bit too nice or you give them the benefit of the doubt, but I need you to be a little bit more like, you're done. Adios. Get out. I can't believe you made that joke and you thought it was funny. When you know that something isn't going to work or someone isn't, happily ever after, don't entertain them or don't allow them to spend the night, I guess, specifically. Thank you, Stephanie. Let me add that for you. Thoughts and future actions from M after last outing. I have added that for you. Thank you. Yes. But no mind games. What up, Bossy Fish? How we doing? If I didn't mention it, this is the Prisma Visions Tarot. High Priestess in the reverse. 7 of Wands. The Gift in the reverse. and the Four of Swords. I feel like for many of you, the first indicator that you get is somebody underestimating your powers of deduction or your intuition, i.e., somebody who feels like they can misrepresent themselves to you and you ain't gonna notice it. I'm sorry. How dumb do you think I am? Somebody is used to putting on a mask and pretending to be something that they're not. They might get into an automatic pattern, right? Where it's just like, well, this is going to work for you too. So they've already shown you they lack discernment. But don't like show them that you can do that game too and then shut your discernment off when you've just realized that this person's fake, right? They don't have the magic. So don't let them get high off your magic, right? With the Four of Swords, there is a change in the next couple of weeks or months where you seem to be much more comfortable with rejecting people. No, no, no. Definitely no. No. Maybe in November, but no. I feel like you're going to be a little bit more selective, a little bit more honest with yourself, that that person demonstrated to you that they weren't willing to be honest or trustworthy. So, like, why are you going to let them hang out, right? Muggles. Aw, thank you for being kind to people. I'm sending you a big old hug, bossy bitch. What else do we have? Two of Swords, Queen of Swords, Three of Swords. It's a lot of air energy, and it could mean that we're dealing with somebody who is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But I think this is more so saying you have a brain, is a big old brain. We should be utilizing it. When you are at a crossroads and you are trying to figure out who you are dealing with, what kind of person you are dealing with, then be honest with yourself when you realize what it is. We've got somebody who has like that beak wrapped up. This to me says that you aren't saying what you need to say, or you're not speaking up when you realize that who you're dealing with is probably somebody who would be a heartbreaker or someone who's not being honest, right? Aw, that's sweet, James. Let me know if I can pull some cards for you. Aw, I'm sending you some healing protective energy, bossy bitch. Thank you everyone for being so kind in the live chat. Ronnie, I hope you find the point or the main reason for you. And I'm sending you healing energy. Thank you, Nat Nat. What's going on with the King of Pence? Awesome. I've added that for you. Thank you. What else do we have? The Tower and the Hierophant in the reverse. So there's a major shift in what's important to you, what you're looking for, or maybe even the type of life that you're looking for. That shift is important to honor, because I feel like this is basically saying there's a deal breaker here. And this is something that you got to take seriously because it's not going to change. And I feel like you're looking the other way. Like maybe you don't like people who smoke cigarettes. Maybe you don't want somebody who gets drunk. And you see this element, this attribute, but you look the other way. Don't look the other way. keep it moving. There is no possibility of that to work out because you all have a different expectation or a different perspective in terms of how you should be spending your nights, how you should be spending your weekends, or how you should be spending your money. And that's an important consideration. All right, so let's see. This is the romantic Lenormand. Hello, Leg. How are you doing? I identify as a tarot reader, but I have done readings that connect with those that have passed on. Please don't hurt yourself, Ronnie. And if anyone is able to share a 1-800 number that would be helpful for Ronnie at this time, I would be very thankful for that. Hello, Powerful. I appreciate your beliefs, but please keep in mind that this is not a live chat for recruitment or for judging people's beliefs. Hello, Para. How are you doing? Please don't encourage that. Yeah, we got to be cautious with that, right? We have a responsibility to make sure that people make good choices. Well, that's cool, Leg. Feel free to hang out. So we've got the crossroads and the garden along with the dog. This crossroads is basically saying if you stick around with a red flag and decide to continue dating them, you end up missing out on the opportunity to be with somebody who is actually loyal and a good partner. So you don't want to stick with the 2 or 3 when you have the opportunity to be with the one, right? You don't want to waste your time with somebody you know there's no future with, especially if you know that hanging out with that person is going to mean that you don't get to connect with somebody that is actually on your level or the type of person you want to spend forever with. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nat Nat. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm sending healing energy to your friend Maya. I'm sorry you're going through that, Geronimo. Uh-oh, what did I miss? Oh, Geronimo, your comment probably got deleted because you have a full... Oh, no, I know why you got deleted. No, if you read the whole name, you can't now probably. Geronimo, your message got deleted because you put someone's full name, but your full name is also you trying to talk about a wiener. And I'm on to you. Not the way you want, but if you want to act like an adult and also be respectful to everybody in the live chat, you're welcome to hang out. But my suspicion is you might not be 18. And if you are a child, I would just remind you that my channel is not for children, okay? All right, so we've got the scythe. Oh, yeah, this would be like cutting people out. It's time to break up with someone or walk away from someone that isn't actually what you're looking for romantically. Because if you don't walk away from that person, you miss out on a connection that would actually be amazing. Yes. No more apologies. I noticed Geronimo is suspiciously quiet now. You don't like it when you get called out, eh? Hmm? So we've got honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So it is May, and I feel like for many of you, there is this whirlwind romance that around the holidays is really picking up. So, i.e., 6 months. So if you are getting caught up with somebody who might be, I don't know, really good in bed, but not actually somebody you would consider being in a committed relationship with, what are you doing? I guess getting laid, but is that more important than being with somebody that would be a good partner? Somebody that you could be with for decades and be happy with? No. So break it off. You don't need to be hanging out with somebody that you know there's no real future with. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Because there's somebody here that you would be able to actually connect to in a meaningful way. Hello, Leg. Yes, this is for the first 30 to 35 minutes a general reading, and then in a couple of minutes here, I will start with the personal questions, and those are individual, and I add to the list when people super chat me for that. It is if you don't like cardio. There's so many other ways to get cardio, bro. I mean, I know you're joking, but like, baby Huey. All right, so we've got this could be the one. If you know the person you are currently dealing with is really just like nice to look at and I don't know, looks good without pants, that's cool, but like don't miss out on the fact that you're calling in your soulmate. That would be a little bit sad. All right, this is the Golden Girls Tarot. Aw, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it, Leg. And your name makes me think of the band Wet Leg. I don't know if anybody listens to their music. Are they British? I don't know. What is that song? Is it Veronica? Angelica. That's what it is. That song gets stuck in my head. Ronnie, you're not a bad person. Temptation is a very real thing. However, it is important to hold ourselves accountable and work on the things that we know we could be doing better, right? So it's not about like good or bad. We all have layers and perhaps elements of ourselves that we are not as much a fan of. But the important thing is, are you trying to get back to the right path? Are you trying to make things right? Or are you indulging and living out of fear? Not true shapeshifter, but I appreciate it. Hello, CJ. You want to make everybody's day? Call me Carmen. Hello, Rodney. How are you doing? So we have the Seven of Swords with the Eight of Wands. This is like lying to yourself, saying that something is maybe going to get better or giving someone the benefit of the doubt, but you really do already have a sense that this is probably someone you can't really be setting up shop with, right? King of Swords in reverse. So don't lie to yourself. That's as bad as letting someone else lie to you. Because if you're honest and you acknowledge that this is somebody that you can't really get too excited about dating long term, then you end up encountering this person that you can see a future with. The person that, yeah, you want to get naked with, but also you can have great conversations with and you feel understood by this person. 10 of Wands in the reverse. 3 of Wands. And some of you are like, well, can't I just like be in a situationship and like keep my eyes peeled for somebody else coming along? I don't know. Would you like it if that's how it happened when you met somebody that you could fall in love with, that they were already stumping somebody else? I'm gonna guess you would be like, no. Wouldn't it be better if this was somebody who is unencumbered? So many things I could say, but I'm not gonna. I would not classify them as bluegrass. I'm not good at the music genre game, you guys. There's so many music genre names that I don't even understand. I love music, but like I don't know how to categorize them. I don't know what you're saying. Hello, Queen. Can we not be yelling? Why do we have to be all capitalized letters? I feel like that's rude. If you would like me to do a personal question for you, Vishwarupa, please, first of all, let's not do the whole name. But if you want me to do your question for you, you can include it in a super chat. I am just about to start the personal questions. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Yeah, this is basically saying don't miss out on the love of a lifetime because you're caught up getting laid. Don't get distracted by a situationship because then you won't be able to, meet the person or be with the person that you're supposed to be with. You'd be too distracted. There's things that I should say or want to say, but I can't say because you two would get mad at me. So we're just gonna leave it at that. And I'm late, so we gotta start on these personal questions. Do you like it, Leg? Okay, yes, Matt. I trust you. He's saying indie rock. That sounds about right. Just describe it through interpretive dance. English is so restrictive. Wait. Did you delete it? Oh. Yeah, no, see, Queen, you're doing that thing again where you're being demanding. Let's not do that, okay? And you're also still yelling at me. Why are you doing that? Bishwarupa, I think that was your name. Let's not do the capitalized letters or demanding things, okay? All right, so we've got Stephanie up first, and then James, did you tell me if you would like me to pull some cards for you? You let me know, hun. And then after that, we've got Nat. So for Stephanie, what are M's thoughts after the last outing? I'll ask that, and then I'll ask about future actions. Stars in the reverse. Lovers in the reverse, and the Emperor in the reverse. Is this about, like, how he feels about himself? No, this is a problem that M has regarding you. We have both the Empress and the Emperor in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse, 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands. I feel like M is looking at the situation and feeling like you have more things that you need to figure out. It's not the right time just yet. That there are actions or perhaps decisions that need to happen before the two of you can move forward or figure out a plan. So it kind of comes through as like, until you work on this or until you figure out that, I don't know if there's much for us to talk about. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, the 9 of Swords in the reverse. So it feels to me like there's an interest in seeing things improve, but is this like a lack of accountability? No, this is somebody who seems to be looking for an exit. High Priestess in the reverse and the Magician in the reverse. I feel like M is not telling you the entire truth. I feel like M is kind of like looking for reasons to say this can't happen or this is not the right time. What about the future actions from M towards Stephanie, please? Queen of Swords. It's my favorite card. Six of Swords. Page of Wands in the reverse. Is he lying about why? I feel like he's keeping a secret from you. He doesn't want to be fully honest about why now is not a good time. And then in the future, we have this Queen of Swords saying, okay, come back around. Let's talk about this. Let's figure it out. But I don't like this secretive energy. I don't feel like this is something that like you would hear about. Is this another person? Yeah, I feel like there's someone else that he's dealing with. It doesn't have to be romantic, but that could be it. And I feel like he doesn't want you to know what's really going on in that regard. So are the future actions from M towards Stephanie dependent upon this Ten of Cups? No, I feel like he knows, well, M knows that there's going to be something else here. But right now there's like someone competing for M's attention. Competing with you. And apparently getting prioritization. So I don't feel like you're getting the whole truth. I feel like there's some sort of excuse, either now or in the future. And it's like kicking the can down the street. We can talk or we can like have more time together later. I'm glad, Urban Walker. I hope you have a good night. Hello, Marcus. How are you doing? Hello, Wiser. How are you doing? Oh, Lord. James, did you tell me if you want me to pull some cards for you? Hello, Keith. How are you doing? Let's see. We'll go with the Hocus Pocus Tarot next. It was probably Lorena. All right, James, I'm going to do Nat's question, and then I will check back in and see what your preference is. What is going on with the King of Pentacles for Nat? What is going on with the King of Pentacles, please? Oh no! I almost ripped the card because it was under the, like the seat. Okay, we have 8 of Lightning or 8 of Swords in the reverse, 2 of Potions or 2 of Cups, and the Knight of Candles, which is the Knight of Wands. I feel like this is releasing an ex. Wanting more of a person, but acknowledging that that person isn't actually a good influence in the King of Pentacles' life. So it's like, maybe I'll just like look at this picture or reread this letter that you wrote me or this text, but then I'm going to delete it or then I'm going to toss that in the garbage because I don't need it anymore. So this looks to me like releasing an energy from the past, processing some heartbreak and accepting how things are going. Even if it wasn't what they thought, I might have expected this relationship to last longer, but it's going to be okay. And this feels to me like somebody who is basically getting ready to have a little bit of time to themselves and reacclimate themselves to that social community, maybe even meet some new people. But this is getting over someone, letting go. Nine of Pumpkins or Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, suspension, and the Two of Pumpkins or Two of Pentacles in the reverse. We could have a little bit of a pendulum swinging over to like a little bit of extra independence here because of that ending. Which to me, I actually feel like this is a benefit, right? This is someone who's saying, I've got to be a little bit more focused on myself. I'm not going to be out here trying to fall in love tomorrow. This is like, I've got to figure things out on my own. And then when I'm ready, maybe then I can start dating again. But focusing on how can I get things back to where I need them to be after this sense of loss. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Judgment, and the Eight of Potions in the reverse. But this is someone he's not interested in reconciling with. I've learned my lesson. I know it's been kind of difficult, but this too shall pass. And did we get an answer from James? James is leaving me high and dry. No problem, Nat. Okay, thank you, James. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. I'm tired. It's past my bedtime. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And I will see you on the next